So I'm actually super hungry. I'm just gonna go and flow with it. First of all, my book is in French, so I'm kind of okay with speaking English now because I've spoke French or wrote in French for most of the day. So I think tomorrow I'm going to go to Canada Wonderland, and I haven't done anything else than just write today. Sun is coming down slowly but surely, and my day is done. I put a good even 10 hours today of stuff, mostly writing, which isn't really difficult. It's just typing, reading myself. It's pretty easy stuff. And then just going and just writing down everything I can think of the past, using my memories. Yeah, and I'm pretty hungry. I haven't even eaten all day. I haven't even had breakfast. So I'm going to go and order pizza probably. I just didn't feel the need to eat. I didn't feel hungry. I felt a little hungry, but I disdain the food that I have. I guess I can go along a long time without eating, without really it bothering me. A full 24 hours probably without even me noticing. So this morning I had the chat with Charmaine, Charmaline, and well, I know you are looking at this video. If I'm posting it, but I felt like the conversation isn't that good. It didn't make me reassured. Didn't make me feel better. Uh, so I wish we could talk more. Um, and but I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's happening now, and people. I don't know if it's changing things, and if people are really interested in watching YouTube videos. I know I've gone back to DVD because DVDs are movies and kind of taking a lot of time to watch YouTube videos, and it's just, especially if it's just personal vlogging, it's not really of interest. I know, like, if you're reading your autobiography, then you're having a lot of particular things that have happened to you that maybe somebody would be interested in that, and they want to know more about your past, where you come from, what has happened to you in the past, because just seeing a face is not it's not very helpful in knowing much about you. Everybody has faces, and it's not just because you see a face that you know who the person is. Especially if you're looking for a job or something like that, then people see your credentials. Maybe they can have a good history of where you've come from, and I guess to know if this is a good fit with them. Oh, I also sent a voicemail to Lloyd Evans, um, and I think he heard it. I will maybe send another one. Uh, and I'm feeling like other people need more therapy than I do right now. I feel like I'm pretty much set. I'm pretty. I can manage myself well. I have everything that I need. So I know other people. Maybe some other people have trouble. So I'd rather not take the space in the hospital, for example, for people that maybe need it more than me. And I'm gonna get to a point, maybe that once my autobiography is written, I'm not gonna be feeling the need to talk about my past anymore, at all, because it's all gonna be written down. And if somebody wants to know, they just go and read my book. They can purchase it and read it. Maybe translate it in English if they want via translator website. But as for talking about the past, I'm not gonna be doing that. Probably, I'm guessing. I'm hoping, because talking about the past, it's taking a lot of time. And once you know every single detail that have you been through in the past, like throughout your whole life, uh, you don't need to be. You don't need to be. You have your, I guess, a solid identity. Like my social worker was saying, it's therapeutic to write down your. It's a therapy to write down your autobiography. Like Jacques Legrand said the same thing, but he's dead now. But or at least, well, I don't know if he's dead, but what I heard is dead. I don't know what happens after death, but that's it. Uh, so tomorrow I'm going to maybe go to Canada Wonderland with Louise. I'm not working. I'm going to be working only later this week, Thursday and Friday, I think. And for the rest, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing, which is staying at home and working on little things. I have a lot to do, and I guess start looking forward, because I can't change the past, and whatever happened happened, and whoever I've lost, and you need to continue on wherever that takes you. For now, that's what I think. So I'm 30. I'm 36 now. I just got to be 36. So it's pretty much adult. I'm not gonna be doing more growing. Maybe I don't know. I don't know about the future. I don't know much. The more I learn, the less I know. Especially about life in general, about planet Earth, about religion, about. There's a lot of questions, not a lot of answers. There's more questions than answers, and the more I know, the more questions I have, the less answers I have. Uh, so I'm wrong about a lot of things, and I keep being wrong. And that's the thing. That's can't really trust your own judgment on things, because you know you have it wrong. Uh, Sometimes I was thinking about the restaurant, because I used to think, when I was working in construction, I used to think, if a job makes you lose your smile, then it's not worth it. But today I'm revisiting that, and I think maybe I could have been wrong. Maybe it is worth it if your job makes you lose your smile, but you do enjoy your life outside of work, then maybe it is worth it. And then the mental illness part is a pathway towards a more authentic self. Well, at that point, I thought mental illness was. I thought I had mental illness, and I actually don't. So, I do think I'm living more authentically, though. Uh, Probably have more peace and strength and calmness of mind, hopefully. I had such a crazy nightmare last night. It was insane. I was part of Star Wars, the battlefield of Star Wars, and then there's these troops that are sending bombs, and I'm not seeing them. They're just shaking everything, and I can't. I'm super weak, and I don't have any strength to resist it. So I run and I go hide under a stairway. But then these troops are following me, and then they find me. I don't know. They have my ultra infrared vision. They find me, and then they start injecting drugs into me. So I lose consciousness, and then they're experimenting on me in a lab. It was absolutely insane. It made me feel so scared. I felt like I was being experimented on in a lab, and then I was just drugged, and then they're doing that, and then they're just making me wake up randomly. It really felt really weird and scary. So I would not wish that on anybody. War or like this causing harm to people and hurting people like that. With There's no reason for that. Nobody should do that. I don't know if that exists, and I hope that does not exist in real life. Uh, yeah, I do want to believe in the goodness of humanity. Oh, I've been thinking about evolution and prehistoric cavemen, and I'm wondering if it's true, if we come from the apes, if my ancestors, like thousands of years ago, there was more than thousands of years ago, there was ancient humans that were not quite like the humans that we find today, that they're less evolved. And there were slow changes throughout the years with evolution, that we've come to be more intelligent and who we are today, that as a human race. But maybe many thousands of years ago, there were humans that did not know language. Maybe they were, I don't know, cavemen. Maybe they were just doing sounds instead of speaking. They did not know how to write. They did not know. They did not have advanced technology, of course. They live in caves and probably died young. And I don't know what else, but they're not exactly like the humans that we find today. They're less evolved. They're more primitive. Actually, I've met some supposedly primitive people when I was in the shelter with the street people. I just I enjoyed actually being around people that were more primal, because when sophisticated communication comes in, then a lot of abuse also, because people would say one thing and then on the other hand would act in another way. So pleasant words can be very comforting, but the actions speak louder than the words. So with the primal people, they would trust the actions rather than the words. So it's more like using nonverbal communication and feeling instinct. When you find somebody that is talking to you, you kind of sense what their business is. You sense what their approach is, what they're thinking, what their motivation is. Are they a threat? Are they a danger? Are they a friend? That's more like primal or primitive humans, which is actually better. I find that humans that are using language, sophisticated humans that are using language, and you don't know where they're coming from, and you think what are they're saying one thing, but on the other hand, there's a whole other mixed message here that I'm hearing. So I can actually I think primal or maybe even animals have a better they're more advanced than humans that are supposedly more sophisticated because they have evolved. I would actually gladly go back to a more primal form of expression. As for thousands of years ago, I don't know how it was, how technology, because with time, people invent things and it gets passed on to the next generation. So it's true, like the printer, for example. Somebody invented the printer, and the generations after it, they started to print. They started to uh, do publications. Like that was in the 18th century, and people publish things a lot more. Now with the internet, more recently in the 90s, it's getting used, and I think further generations will just be born with the internet that's there, and that's just how it is. Society evolves, uh, and then humans need to adapt to those changes. Evolution is more about adaptation to change and survival of the fittest. That's what they say. Survive and reproduce. That's the main motivation of the human being, supposedly. I don't disagree with that necessarily. Um, and if there were different humans that were not exactly formed like us because of their skeleton, well, their brain, how would they think? I don't know. Would they have less intelligence? Well, how did that work? I don't know how their intelligence was. uh, so it's hard to believe. It's one of those things that well, I guess they found bones with carbon dating that kind of confirms that that's accurate, but we don't know how it was. And how about dinosaurs? If they found bones, well, maybe there were dinosaurs. Why not? I don't think that's unrealistic. I think maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands of years ago there were dinosaurs on the planet before there were humans. uh, if we come from the same place as the apes, I don't know. If we have a common ancestors, I don't know. If there was supernatural intervention, like a god that would create the universe, I don't know. Maybe we don't need a god and we just evolve from different little changes in life forms over a big period of time. Because why? That's just how it is. That's how life is. It's just planet Earth that allows that. Who started it? I don't know. Who made, like, it's kind of random when you think, because as Jehovah's Witness, you would think if you have an explosion of then it's not gonna build anything. If you explode a building, for example, you're not gonna have like a sophisticated watch that's gonna be built from that explosion. You need somebody that's gonna design it. If it's really there's like little details that are involved and it's very complicated and complex, there needs to be some intelligent design behind it. It just can't appear like that. But then you think, but then I think, well, where did the person that created the watch come from? Who created God, for example? So it's hard to answer those questions. Everything that exists is just there. It just is, and it's hard to know. It's impossible to know where it come from, where it comes from. That's what the scientists are studying when they're studying formations of the solar system, and atoms, and what are the building blocks of matter. And it's still a mystery. Even if you go deep into the microscopic, it's infinite, and like it goes to quarks, and the more zoomed in that you can see, there's always something, and it's always a mystery. Same thing with the macroscopic. The more you look out into the universe, the more you see things that are there, like black holes, and like galaxies, and just infinite amount of stuff out there. So and it's all a mystery. Nobody knows where it comes from. It's just there. That's the universe. Is there another universe? Is there an outside of the universe? Is there a place that is not, that is not uh, empty space, or is it? It's hard to know. It's like the universe is infinite, and that's all there is. So I think our brains are not capable of of knowing, of answering these questions. I've had these questions for a long time, ever since even when I was in my early 20s. I was thinking about those things. It's always fascinating to me to see the what exists, and trying to understand what's there and why. And we're aware, I've been born, and I can witness what's around, but to understand it, to every time you ask why and what's there, there's just no answer. So I guess it's kind of pointless to look for answers if there aren't. But it's interesting to think about it. But eventually, you just have to go on with your life, because there's a lot. Because the human condition needs to have you to be working, to survive, to eat, to take care of your stuff. So I've been talking for 25 minutes. I think it's time for me to hang up. I don't know if this video makes any sense, but that's what I have in mind. That's what I had to say today. Thank you.